Good day and welcome back to another episode of Lone Wolf, Joe Dever's Lone Wolf HD Remastered. Let's continue, shall we? Yeah. The hate-crazed Vordak is destroyed. Its corpse has become a bubbling, hissing, nauseous pool of acid that gladly you leave in your wake. You approach the door behind which you believe Leandra is imprisoned. You strain your ears, but you can no longer hear the sound of her fists beating upon its unyielding timbers. She must be aware that the fighting has stopped, but is she afraid to call out because of guilt? When the Vordak sent for its slaves, its mind blast was very powerful. You were capable of shielding yourself, but Leandra does not possess any psychic defenses, and she may have been struck unconscious by its insidious effect. Also, by the way, it is a blister I have on my tongue. I looked it up. You pause at the door. A flicker of doubt returns to haunt you. Are you making excuses for Leandra because you do not wish to face up the fact that she could be a traitor? Still, you know nothing for certain. You may deny it, but there is much that points to her having. Your doubts are dispelled by a sudden scraping, a sound that makes you spin around in an instant. You see Leandra's mechanical crossbow lie on a table by the wall. A grey, blood-spattered hand is reaching for it from below the table's edge. It grabs the weapon and pulls it out of sight. Now armed with a loaded missile weapon, a wounded guy drags itself to its feet and lowers the crossbow at your face. The creature is terrified, yet determined to kill you nonetheless. The weapon trembles in its claw-shaped hands as it squeezes the trigger. You leap at the guy to snatch the crossbow off its hand. You count on your agility to evade the shot of the crossbow. I'm gonna take some damage now. The guy is so terrified of you that it is incapable of exerting sufficient pressure to the trigger to fire the crossbow. You seize the initiative and run forward to wrest the weapon from its trembling hands. With a startled cry, it drops the crossbow and scrambles away towards a distant door. The door slams open before the petrified guy can reach it, and in come another enemy party with their swords drawn. "Kill him!" they scream, the instant they see you. Frantically, they come scurrying towards you and press home their ferocious attack. How much health do we have? Can't really tell. Oh, I need what's it called? Endurance. That's what I need. Do we have anything? I think this is yes. 650. Whoop-dee-doo. Do I have anything else? That's Kai power. That without that thing, fullers of everything. Let's just use this as well. Just to get more agility up, endurance. Sorry. Okay, let's fight. There it goes. Should be a rather easy fight, I think. Whoa. Oh, I got the initiative here. Let's kill them quickly. They should hopefully kill the one in the center. No, he's the one that did get a crit on. Seriously? Well, it doesn't matter. A couple of debuffs, ticks, and he should be dead. One tick, actually. I shouldn't allow that. No, because if I do, I won't be getting any power, Kai power back. Let's see, let's shoot him. Yeah, just get more Kai power back. And I'll wait for him to die. Are there more coming? Or were they the only ones? They were the only ones. Sweet. I like these short battles from time to time. Let's hope for some good loot. Let's see now. Explosive bolts. Tainted bolts. Sweet. No food though. Doesn't matter. Now that the enemies have been slain, you're free to approach Leandra's door once more. You stop to retrieve a crossbow from the floor where the frightened guy dropped it, and you hook it to the back of your belt. As you draw closer to the door, you hear a faint coughing sound. It is a rasping demon cough. Leandra is clearly in great discomfort. There's no need or time to be discreet. You bash the door open. You don't look for shortcuts and pick the lock with your tools. No, we're picking the lock. Always pick the lock. Like I said, I'm not bashing any locks. I've done that a few times. And every single time it has been... the first time I broke something. Second time, I think I alerted some enemy forces. There you go. Once again, I had to break one pin. Come on. The lock is difficult to pick. No, it wasn't. But with a little time, concentration, and consummate skill, you achieve the task. The moment you hear the lock disengage, you rise to your feet and push open the door. The moment you enter the chamber beyond, you are assailed by a powerful and chilling blast of freezing cold wind. An archway in the far wall is open to the elements, and the ferocity of the storm whips through this chamber unchecked, kicking the floor and walls with a thin layer of ice. Leandra is slumped against the wall, and she does not look well at all. Her clothes are torn and her pale skin is bruised and lacerated. She had suffered terribly by the cruel skeletal hand of her Vordak captor. But what led to this? Did she collaborate with the enemy because of it? You know how treacherous the agents of the Dark Lords can be. Maybe Leandra had something different in mind and did not see this coming. As you get near, Leandra's eyes flicker open. Because of her suffering and the ice that clings to her face, you cannot read her expression. Lone wolf? She rasps, her voice barely audible above the howl of the wind. You kneel by her side and cradle her in your arms. The warmth of your body comforts and revives her. I heard the fighting outside. I knew it had to be, but easy now, you say, reaching to your belt and unclasping your water skin, flicking open its lid with your thumb as you bring it up to her trembling lips. Guilty or not, you have to help her. But you must also find out more about what has happened here. She takes a little of the tepid water in her mouth and swallows it with difficulty. The liquid tastes like nectar to her. She is badly dehydrated. She swallows another mouthful, and it soothes her parched throat. Her eyes become brighter as she quenches her raging thirst. Slowly her strength returns. The storm recedes with the approach of dawn. She holds you with her eyes, and you sense that she needs to tell you something. You return her gaze, willing her to speak. When I got here, they did not trust me. She speaks with a feeble, yet urgent tone. But I had to make sure they would. If I was going to be allowed to live, I had to prove that I was worth sparing. I said that the prototype was useless without me. That only I knew how to control its energies. If they killed me, the prototype would become unstable. It would destroy the Tag and everything in it, including every last one of them. Gunsor suspected I was bluffing, but he dared not take the chance that I could be telling the truth. He had me placed in his chamber and put in the charge of that dreadful creature, that Vordak. It tortured me, but I did not break. Then it tortured my mind. Her eyes wander erratically for a moment. You watch as she strives to regain her focus. To continue her harrowing account of what came next. It got inside my mind. I had never felt such pain before. It saw my innermost thoughts, my memories, my doubts, and my deepest fears. It rejoiced when it discovered the resentment I still had for you, for not arriving in time to prevent Gunther's attack on my village and kinfolk. Leandra stopped speaking. Instinctively, you are moved by her pain, but you urge her to continue, no matter how difficult it may be. It takes her some time before she finds the will to speak again. The warlock took my resentment and played upon it. It made me hate you. It was like a disease that it planted inside my head, and it began eating into my mind. The fiend was determined to corrupt my true feelings and enslave me. I was being made to think like I was being made to hate you, hate myself, hate everything I am and ever was. Her words are difficult for you to bear. Did she succumb to Vorlag's willful and evil violation of her mind? Or was she already minded to betray you and everything she had ever held dear? Her father, her kinsfolk, her country. Was she already committed to helping the enemy long before she came here, to aid them in the fulfillment of their evil schemes that would ultimately doom Summerland to destruction? Is she the victim of her own misguided genius and her ambition despite the grief it has caused? Or has she really been a traitor all along? You begin to question your assumptions. Was she trying to help you? You want to know what Leandra was trying to accomplish with her crazy plan. Crazy plan. She has never shown any real trust in you, never listened to you or obeyed you. And even when you were trying hard to save her life, why should you believe her now? What were you so desperate to convince it of, Leandra? You try hard to mask it, but there is a tinge of bitterness in your voice. She recognizes it at once, and it hits her like a clenched fist. What in the name of Ishir were you really up to? Please tell me the truth. Why did you come to Vetag? As harsh as it may sound, you do not attempt to mask your doubts and suspicions. Was it truly your insane need to retrieve your prototype that made you come here? Was that the only reason you decided to help me when I arrived in Rockstorm? Leandra shakes her head and exhales with exasperation. I knew you'd never understand. Can't you see? Can't you understand when the tiniest part of what I am and what I really feel? It's because of you that I finally came to realize that my need to create and my unquenchable thirst for knowledge has consequences. All my experiments, my mechanical inventions, the prototype. I want these things to bring about only good things for everyone in Summerland. But everything I've ever done has gone wrong and put everyone in danger. She turns her head away and begins to sob. A solitary tear trickles down her cheek and splashes onto your hand. Everyone that's died, their blood is on my hands. Her words challenge your doubts and soften your view. You sense that her remorse are genuine and sincere. I have been afraid to admit the truth, she says, trying hard to control her emotions, even though I have suspected it ever since the attack on my village in the Chianti tunnels. I had it proven to me beyond doubt. I can no longer deny it. I am responsible for everything that's happened. The attack on Rockstorm, the death of so many innocent people, and all of the dangers that you have faced since your arrival in the village. How can that be? You reply, trying to set aside your lingering suspicions. You didn't make Gunther raid your village, Leandra. No, not deliberately, but I may as well have drawn him a map and sent him an invitation. Okay. She's consumed with remorse. My prototype. My wonderful device. My great invention. My foolish pride. The prototype contains and radiates the same energy as the Oceanic Cube. Its source of power is identical, and the sorcerers of Helgedad had been studying it as I had. They knew what it meant to and how to recognize it, and my prototype was a bright beacon for them to follow. Slowly she raises her tear-stained face and holds you with her bloodshot eyes. They are filled with pain and regret. Gunzor and the Vordak. They sense its presence in Roxarn. The Vordak that tortured me. It revealed this to me. It is the only reason they raided Roxarn. They wanted it for themselves. At the same time, they couldn't know exactly what to look for or where, so they came and they massacred the whole village and took everything they could lay their filthy hands on. Her body falls limp in her arms, and she begins to sob uncontrollably. Everyone is dead because of me. I had to come here and make things right again. You draw her close and try to comfort her as best as you can. You can no longer bring yourself to believe that she is a traitor to your people and to your homeland. You said that you had to convince the Vordak. You say in as soothing a voice as you can muster. Convince it of what? They were looking for me, remember? That Vordak could boast as much as it wanted, but it had not been able to crack the secrets of the prototype on its own. I wanted them all to believe I would assist them, but the truth is that I had no intention of ever helping them at all. In fact, the opposite is true. I'd made up my mind to destroy them with it. I knew that so long as my real intention was kept secret from them, they'd not run the risk of killing me, only to have it go out of control and lay everything to waste. And did they let you have the prototype? You say. They let me work on it for an hour or so, but the Vordak watched me closely, and I was unable to fix it so that it would overload. She wipes away her tears on the shredded sleeve of her jacket, and she forces herself to smile. Then she looks you squarely in the eyes and tilts her head slightly, prompting you to say something. Well, she says, I've done all I can, now it's your turn. Before you can say anything, Leandra begins to cough and shudder. She closes her eyes for a few moments and tries to maintain her composure. I knew you were in the dog. Everyone knew. The news of the fighting on the lower levels had swept through the upper tower like wildfire. I was sure they'd never be able to stop you from finding me. I just had to hold on until you got here. And even if you did not, I still had to believe you would. You are a trained Kai Lord with Kai disciplines, and you were armed with a mighty summer sword. For you to face the perils of this terrible place is an act of duty. But Leandra, she has fought her own battles, and bravely so, but armed only with her wits and her courage to see her through. It has come as an unexpected surprise to discover that she was prepared to enter Vitag and seek to destroy her precious device, rather than permit the enemy to keep it. And she knew full well that she would likely never get out of this tower alive. You remember something you had overlooked when you first entered this chamber. Look, what I found, you say as you reach around behind your back and slip your hand under your cloak. You unhook your crossbow and pass it to her. She gives a hoarse laugh as she leans forward to take it. Fondly, she runs her fingertips over its chipped woodwork and scratched fittings. It is no better shape than I am at the moment, eh? You'll mend. You reply reassuringly. Deep down, you are as strong as some lending oak, and just as resilient. Again she laughs, despite the discomfort of this icy chamber and the trepidation you feel in anticipation of the fight you must yet bring to its cruel commander. You cannot help but be impressed by the fortitude of this gifted and brave young woman. Then you hear something that sets your pulse racing. It is the sound of heavy booted footfalls on the tower roof, directly above this chamber. It's him, gasps Leandra. It's Gunzar. I'd know the sound of his footsteps anywhere. You stand up and steel yourself for the coming battle with Warlord Gunzar. You know where he is. but you do not know how to reach the roof and confront him. Your eyes fall upon a door in the far wall, and you have not noticed before. You begin to approach it, but Liana calls out a warning. No, not that way. That door leads to the Vordak's torture chamber. She shivers at the thought of the pain she endured in this terrible place. You move a little bit closer to examine the door, but you are brought to an abrupt halt by a wave of fatigue that washes through you like a black tide. You fall to your knees and struggle to regain your strength. Leandra says something, but her anxious words swirl around in your head and you cannot clearly understand what she is saying. You know that you must fight this sudden weakness and confusion, for it is threatening to defeat you before the final combat with Gunther has even begun. You draw upon your kite powers and enter into a deep state of meditation. The chamber dissolves around you and you feel yourself plummeting into a vortex of total darkness. At length, the sensation of falling recedes, and you find yourself on your knees in your nightmare once more. Did you think you could defeat us? Did you think you could destroy us? Did you think you could send us away? The dark specters appear again, moving and speaking in unison. We have always been here. We are the shadows of your light. The Drakkar and his Shanti amulet did not create us. We have always been here, watching and waiting to eclipse you, child of the sun. The specters coalesce, into a chillingly familiar figure that is filled with malevolence. It is the summation of all your doubts and fears, all the weaknesses and failures that have haunted you since early childhood. Your long and perilous journey to the dark has forced you to confront your limitations in so many ways. Now, the insidious power of the Shanti amulet has brought you face to face with your inner demons. We are strong, the shades of voices have merged into a single, sibilant whisper that scratches your mind. And our time has come. The time has come indeed, you reply, projecting your retort without need to give voice to your words. Defiantly, you rise to your feet in eager readiness to do battle with this horror that haunts your mind. The time has come to put an end to this. You provoke the shade into engaging you, ready to counterattack. You know your enemy now, and you are not afraid to fight. Thanks to the discipline of the animal kinship, you feel a strong bond with the black wolf even now. You focus your sixth sense and realize that you can predict the shade's actions. From your previous encounter with this sinister enemy, you have learned much that will help you to defeat it. As you move, so it moves. It may not share all of your skills, but it shares your fighting style, and it can anticipate your moves with chilling accuracy. Certain in the knowledge that you will never outwit or overpower it, you must remain confident in your own abilities, and face it down with everything you have. If this grim shadow draws on the power of your guilt and doubt, you must face it with confidence and faith. Consider these facts before you attack. Let's destroy this shade once and for all. Ah, bloody hell. Well, we've been doing this. Oh. Sorry about that, mister. Okay. Yeah, combustion arrow as well. There you go. And now, shield up. I'm losing more health than he is. That's not good. Oh crap. Ouch! I think I'm dead. Okay, I need to use that, otherwise I'm dead. Yeah, there goes. What is that? I have no idea what that one is. Is that until he can attack? I'm not sure. Ooh, I had just enough points. Good. Fuck. This is bad. Shoot it, I need a health. But he too will get some health from that. Okay, so he heals as well. Poison. Oh, yeah, he's not. I keep forgetting that. He's not actually a living thing, so you can't poison him. I keep forgetting that. See if this works. Cool, it did. And now what I can do is wait. I have no idea what that is. Really annoying that I don't know what that is. What is that? When this debuff is active, Lone Wolf has limited time to defeat his enemy. That's what it is. So when that thing is full, I'm dead. Great. No! I pressed the wrong button. I wanted to use this one. But alas, it's okay. Cures. Let's do this. Quick attack. Okay, one debuff and he should be dead. Let's just shoot him. That should kill him as well. Nope, 12 more health. Please don't heal yourself. And that is exactly what he did. Healed himself. Fuck. Here goes. Just die! Die now! Time to die. Please, just die. Just die. Oh, it's all I'm asking you. Die. Finally. Wow. That took way too long. Well, he's dead now. That's all that matters. Woohoo. I wonder how much is left till the end of till I've completed the game. Ooh.